I like to go to page 136 of the Nazi Scientists, Civil Servants, and the Nazi Salute. An incident small in itself of significance in terms of acquiescence of the German great and good in science occurred when Max Planck opened the new Kaiser Wilhelm Institute of Metals in Stuttgart a year after Hitler came to power. So this is talking about the traitor Jews, Max Planck, Kaiser. You can easily relate it to psychiatry and to psychology and Freud and fruitcakes like that and crazy white devils who take it to this day. Um, as Planck's So it goes on. In a year after Hitler came to power, as Planck came to the rostrum to deliver an address, the audience watched expectantly to see whether he would start with the prescribed Heil Hitler, according to an onlooker. Planck lifted his hand half high and let it sink again. He did it a second time. Then finally the hand came up and he said Heil Hitler. The writer, the prominent physicist P.P. Ewald, commented, looking back, it was the only thing you could do if you didn't want to jeopardize the whole Kaiser Wilhelm Gesellschaft. According to an anecdote circulated among physicists to this day, Lau was in the habit of carrying a parcel in each arm everywhere he went, so as to preclude the necessity of raising his arm in a salute when accosted by Nazis. Planck opened subsequent meetings of the Kaiser Wilhelm Society with the Nazi salute, apparently without a qualm, and signed official letters with Heil Hitler. He encouraged colleagues not to emigrate and to stay in Germany to await better times, and his speeches indicated a desire to remain on good terms with the regime. Understanding Planck's Hitler's salute and the acquiescence of those scientists who stayed and stepped willingly into the shoes of the dismissed non-Aryans involves not only a recognition of the views expressed by the geographer teacher above, but an appreciation of the role of the civil servant in modern Germany. Whether they taught in the universities or the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute, scientists were servants of the state alongside school teachers, postal workers, and tens of thousands of other public employees. The traditional stance of the civil servant was to subscribe to forms of apolitical nationalism. For decades, academics in the higher echelons had enjoyed freedom of research and teaching and privileged ranks guaranteed by their loyalty to the state and their apolitical status. Notice the secret societies, they know who each other are, they know they think like each other, so they're co-signing with each other. Subjected to inflation and reductions in pay under the Weimar Republic, especially the Hunger Chancellor Bruning's austerity measures of July 1930, as well as disruptions in grading, the educated civil service did not regret the fall of Weimar Republic. Loyalty to the state and to the administration in power, however, was traditionally a lifetime commitment that went far beyond consideration of salary. Hitler's promise of return to patriotism and clarity found a ready echo in a disaffected civil service. Nazi propaganda, moreover, promised restitution for loss of earnings, along with the restoration of the loyalties that could not include Jews and subversives. The notion of restoration, however, was no more than a thin disguise for anti-Semitism. When Max Planck, a president of the Kaiser Wilhelm Society, called on Hitler to put in a good word for Fritz Haber, whose resignation as president of the KWI for physical chemistry had been accepted, Planck evidently attempted to persuade Hitler that certain Jewish scientists were worth nurturing for the benefit they might bring to the state. Planck's own transcript of the meeting, written in 1947, claims that he told Hitler that there were different sorts of Jews, some valuable and some valueless for mankind, among the former old families of exemplary German culture, and that one had to make distinctions in such matters. Hitler said, that's not right. A Jew is a Jew. All Jews cling together like burrs. Wherever one Jew is, other Jews of all types immediately gather. So who is in Hitler's hearers? The people who are agents for Rothschild trying to persuade him there's different kinds of Jews. Just do eugenics on the poor Jews. We go on. And the Jews who don't agree with their sect of Judaism, their Zionist bullshit. Planck then countered that the importance to Germany of the work of Jewish scientists meant that it would be no less than an act of self-mutilation to force valuable Jews to emigrate, and that foreign countries would be the first to reap the benefits. Planck wrote that Hitler did not respond to this point, but began to rant, speaking faster and faster, slapping his knee with a powerful blow. Hitler concluded, people say that I sometimes suffer from weak nerves. That's slander. I have nerves of steel. Hitler was in such a rage that Planck felt silent and took his leave. So what is going on in this book, Hitler Scientists, okay? Just like the Nazi doctors in Laughlin's books, you get people from the LA Times, New York. These guys got plenty of reviews. It's a well-respected book. Okay? What is it talking about? It's talking about the traitor Jews and how Hitler's personal occult friends were trying to convince him that he's practicing eugenics wrong and he needs to side with certain Jews. And they were incrementally bringing them toward Rothschild's version of secret society belief. Because Hitler wasn't on the top level of the occult or of secret societies or the secret society structure. But he was high up there. And they were trying to guide him, saying, no, you're doing it wrong. You're starting to do it right, but do it our way. But they saw that his ideology was close enough to theirs that they had vested interest. And was it a coincidence that after World War II the Jews went to Palestine and Israel? No. Not a coincidence. Next video, I'm going to be getting into Malcolm X. I'm going to leave myself plenty of time for elaborations, but I'm not going to steal too much from the book. Or not going to borrow too much from the book, rather, because the sample I'm giving you is making you want to buy the book and read more, not stealing his work. I can't stress that enough. If you think I'm stealing your work, write me a letter. I will take that video down, or I will do something to make up for it, or I will cover it up in some way that makes it so I'm not stealing your work. And on that note, I'm going to end it here. Focus on what I'm saying. Watch my videos on psychiatry. There's a reason why I scored very high in the gifted school I went to as a child. There's a reason why I was tutored. There's a reason why I scored amongst the top percentile and got into the best boarding school in America as a mixed black kid, when the boarding school has the oldest member of staff is called Mr. White. Okay? There's a reason why I'm giving you this message. There's a reason why I feel that I have a right to speak on it. Everybody has the right to give their opinion. But I'm giving you the opinion of a man who's given up everything to give you this. I'm risking my future, risking my life, and Lord knows what else, to bring you the truth, because I stand with the righteous and I want to do God's will. And just like martial arts, you think they haven't done it before. You think we, your protectors from the temples, haven't done it before. You think we haven't fought these scum before? And do you think we won't fight the scum again?